Hi and welcome to the video about Googlebot AI journey for upcoming years. So, what are the practices that make a responsible in business, healthcare and education? Artificial intelligence has made life better for people around the world. We can say this has also raised questions about how to make the system fair and interpretable, safe, and private, a list of general best practices. Also, we need to discuss now, there are few things unique to machine learning that should always be considered when designing AI systems. Here are some recommendations. Also, we need to approach it from human-centered perspective. Assessing the impact of predictions, recommendations and decisions requires an understanding of how actual users experience your system. And to make a good user experience, design features with appropriate disclosures are a must. If that is a high chance, that one answer will satisfy a variety of users or use cases and consider the augmentation and assistance mode. If a system may be better off suggesting a few options to the user in some cases. This is a precision at one answer is harder than precision at a few answers from a technical standpoint. So, iterate and test for a small fraction of a traffic early in the design process to model potential adverse feedback, and during and after the product development process, engage with a diverse set of users and use case scenarios. In this way, you will get a wide variety of perspectives on the project and more people will get to use it. Next, we need to discuss about monitor and assess training with multiple metrics. You know, the understanding trade-offs between different kinds of errors and experiences is easier if you use a multiple metric. Take into account metrics like user feedback and quantities that track overall system performance, and short and long-term product health like click-through rates and customer lifetime values respectively, and false positive and false negative rates across different groups. Ensure your metrics fit your system. For instance, fire alarms should have a high recall, and even if that means a few false alarms, the next will be on. Examine your raw data whenever you can. The machine learning models. You know the ML models you train will reflect the raw data you give them. Make sure you understand it before you train them. Even if this is not a possible example, if your input data is sensitive, make sure you understand it as much as you can while respecting privacy. Is there anything wrong with your data? Example: missing values, missing data, and wrong labels. Can you tell me if you have a sample of your data in a way that represents your users? Example will be used year-round, but only have a training data from summer and if a real-world setting. So, what's the accuracy of the data? A persistent challenge is a training serving skew. The difference between performance during training and the performance during service because the customer. Adjusting your training data or objective functions to address potential skews during training. So just to try to get evaluation data that represent the deployed setting as much as possible during evaluation mode. And do you have any redundant or unnecessary features in your model, and your performance goals should be met by the simplest model. Think about how the data labels related to the items you are trying to predict if you are using supervised systems, and how do you deal with the gap between labels X and Y when using a data label X as a proxy. Another thing to consider is data bias. Just to check out our practices on artificial intelligence and fairness for more information. And with artificial intelligence growing at a faster rate, Google has introduced about AI its own chat board similar to ChatGPT. We know the language models in Googlebot combine the knowledge and creativity and intelligence. Introducing about AI, it's a called board, and it's an artificial intelligent chatbot from Google in the same way ChatGPT works, and users can interact with the chatbot through discussion. Based on Google's language model for dialogue applications. The Lambda, it meets language model for dialogue application. The chatbot is a light version of Lambda. So, Google recently announced the bot is being tested by a small group. As soon as the testing process is over, bot will be available for public use there. And what's the deal with the body? And they have added a body area to make it easier to use. In Google's chatbot, users can get a complex information in a simple language, plus they can get A fresh, accurate, and high-quality information with a short development cycle. Google's new chatbot is competitor to ChatGPT, so as our bot is a good substitute for ChatGPT. In addition to its search engine dominance, Google has introduced a Bard, a chatbot powered by the artificial intelligence, and Google's latest tool should give users current news information by finding the most recent and high-quality answers we can get. In general, ChatGPT will provide a data information until the 2021, but it can't give the most up-to-date information because it was trained on data until 2021. In order to get bot working, Google created Lambda. As I told that a language model for dialogue applications, a convolutional neural language model. So, the bot Google's artificial intelligence chatbot will compete with OpenAI's chat that backed by Microsoft. Over 180 countries will get a Google's new tool, the tech giant said at its annual developers conference in Silicon Valley. Users can use a border to write a mail responses with the help of Google's chatbot integrated into 20 web products, including Maps and Gmail. The Sundar Pichai, Google SEO, told thousands of developers gathered for the event that they are at an exciting inflection point and their products are being reimagined using generative AI with a bold and responsible approach. Unlike Bing, which integrates a ChatGPT into its search because the Google won't include Bard Chat bot in its search engine mode. According to the competitor ChatGPT, how it differs, we need to concentrate on a final step. It will still be used for finding information and buying stuff like the traditional Google search bar. A chatbot, on the other hand, has a personality that can hold a human-like conversations, so it can be used for creative collaborations like writing a software code or captions. Because the Google chatbot is coming up to 180 countries. It also continues to include ads in answers, which will be backed up by authoritative sites. They are getting a new technology called Search Generative Experience for Google Search. At the briefing, Senior Product Director Jackie Cracks was said that the company's efforts would be bold and responsible. In the coming months, bot will support more than 40 languages. Cracks said that and we are excited and they are also very excited about the bot's future there. Now the following languages are supported by bot. Exactly. The United States language is English, Japanese, and Korean too. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed Bard AI journey for upcoming years.